Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So I've just got back from 2 weeks away in Portugal. You can probably tell by my beautifully sunburnt nose. And I wanted to show you what a lot of people don't show you, what the tanks and pond look like once I've come back. Now I did have someone coming in, my dad, thanks to him, who fed the fish. I always feed them a lot less when I'm away just to avoid any problems. So we'll have a quick look. One of them suffered more than the rest, and we're getting to that now. We'll start with the big tank. The house plants on top, peace lily, monstera, peace lily. The pothos, again, still growing really well, and the monstera still looking really good. Now, as for the fish, they are all looking completely fine. Big clown loach, big Oscars. Not too much to report there. The fire eel. Now, interestingly, we are currently trying to get the fire eel off worms. So we will see how that goes. But all in all, no algae on that. That's looking good. And then over to this tank. The light's off at the moment. You can see in there, interestingly, which is pretty cool, this piece of tiger lily grown here, and then it's got another one grown just here as well. I'm unsure whether that's going to be two bulbs. I don't know how they reproduce, but you can see up the top there, there's quite a bit of growth of plants, so that will need a trimming. That one's grown a bit out of control. This one, again, it never really has taken off properly, so I'm not really sure what to do with that. But this one, the Monte Carlo, is still looking absolutely epic, and that comes out of there and trails down. So all in all, that one's good. The shrimp are looking excellent as per usual. So that doesn't even need any glass cleaning. We're happy with that one. Interesting though, the giant pothos plant I've got that goes all the way along here, up past my TV, that has grown a lot more here. So we want to get that to grow along here eventually. So we'll have to play around with that later. Okay, so that's the tanks in the house. We're going to look at the tank in the outside room now and see how that one got on. So here we are with the tank out in the outside. The lights aren't on yet. It's quite early in the morning. Just having a little look here. As you can see, the plants still looking good. The shrimp looking good. Now, here's a slight issue with this one. Duckweed on top has gone absolutely feral. And this is pretty interesting. This little fella here, I think this is part of a trimming of polysperma that I put there, and it's actually grown out of the tank, and that's the first time I've had that grown out of the tank there. So in all, this one's okay. We're going to do a water change, clear some of the duckweed later. So that's the little tanks done. I'll get on to the thing, you may have guessed it by now, the one that looks the worst, but it's not too bad. Behind us is where we're going to build the pond. The plans are in motion for that indoor heated pond. We're still thinking monster fish. We'll see. Time may change that. We're unsure yet. Like I say, we went away for Portugal, did a little bit of rock pooling. There's a video on the channel. I'll put it up here. Only a really short video. Me and my daughter finding some cool things. Interestingly, there is one thing on there that we didn't know what it was. So if you can watch that video, comment, let us know what on earth it is. We haven't researched it. We thought we'd leave it to you guys, see if you guys can guess what it is. Let's have a look outside. You've probably guessed it. It's the koi pond. Okay, so we're outside. These are cool. My little purple chilies have grown pretty well as well. Right, let's turn around. Look at this koi pond. Doesn't look too bad at the moment. Have a look in the filter. Also, this iris has shot up. Didn't even know it was there. So that's really cool. Open this up. Let all the flies out. You can see that needs a good clean. However, that isn't the problem. The pond window may have got a little bit filthy. Lots of mosquito larvae at the top. Barely even see the fish. That was our main problem. Not a big deal. We're going to quickly clean that and I'll show you the results. And we'll have a quick look at the gold koi, see whether he's healed up from treating him not so long ago. All in all, as long as when you go away, you don't get someone to overfeed them, get them to look after them, you shouldn't have a problem. You're always going to need to clean things when you get back, but I haven't had any losses. Everything's looking good. The worst thing that's happened is my burnt nose, so we got on to cleaning that and we'll have a look at the end. Right, so first things first, get the lid off that, get rid of all the flies. So those of you who haven't got an EazyPod or haven't seen it before, this is a gravity fed EazyPod. What we're going to do, we're going to go down here, we're going to turn the pump off, we're going to turn the UVC off, let that settle down. I'm going to grab this tube that comes with the EazyPod, that just pushes down in the middle, and that stops any of the dirty water going into return. We're going to close the inlet to the pump and the bottom drain inlet. They're going to switch over the air here. I've got another switch down here. That's then going to bubble the media. We're going to leave that going for 5 minutes, and then we're going to get back and open it up and see what it looks like. As for the pond window, there's not much we can do other than a bit of brute force and elbow grease. We're going to use this one to start with, just a cheap one off Amazon. Pop that off, get rid of the surface. We're going to use this one and do it by hand to get rid of the big bits. Watch this now. Good scrub. It doesn't, as long as you've got the right glass, not going to scratch it. Go gentle. I wouldn't use anything. I wouldn't use a metal scraper or anything on it, just in case. Right on a bit at the top here. That nick with those cobwebs. Now down the edges here. Careful around the silicone. Don't create any leaks. Didn't take too long. You can see the difference. I normally do this every week. Just leaving it for an extra week has made it go completely. Can't even see through it. Like I say, no losses, which is always a bonus. Nothing wrong. I've tested the water. Water's all good. Already start to see through now, which is good. So guys, if you're not subscribed already, please subscribe, like this video, comment down below on anything you like, comment questions, and I'll do a video answering your questions. Can be anything. Nearly 30 years now, so on and off, including marine, cold water, goldfish. So yeah, let me know what you want to know. We can discuss it. And a good tip when you get here, if you're wondering whether you've done it, put your hand in. I can see there, with the green on my hand now, so you know that bit's got some. Otherwise you do it, put it all back on, the net back on, and you'll see bits you missed. It's very, very annoying. I think we're pretty much done there. Then what I like to do, dip it in the sides. If the slates are clean. Hopefully that looks a lot better. Lots of debris in the water now, but you can see through it. Like I say, much easier now all the way along. Right, let's see if we can catch the gold koi and see if he's healed up. Been nearly a month maybe. I'd like to think it's healed up now. Have a look. Coils nice and slowly, nice and gentle. Don't cause too much disruption. Turn him around, see if we can see him. Look. Love the koi, this one. So if you didn't watch the video where we found the hole in him and how we treated it, I'll put that above. Have a look now. Certainly feisty. Get him turned around, have a look. Under here. Crikey. There we go. So that's where it was, or still is. Hidden up nicely. No longer any blood coming out of it. Don't stress him out anymore. Yeah. Give him a little close up. Lovely looking fish. Lovely head shape. Looking beautiful. Let's give him a little, then back in gently. Breeze all good, we're happy with that. This has been bubbling away for 5 minutes now. As you can see, absolutely disgusting. So now what we do, pull the waste, that goes straight into the drain. That's going to drain out. We'll get the hose pipe around the edges as well. We just spray off all the excess, all the debris from the sides. Just straight from the hose pipe, doesn't need to worry about that. Give it a wipe around the edges with this. Normally I'll do this once or twice a week and do the let it fill up bubble a couple of times. Today I might have to do it more because it's been left a little while. But we'll see. We're getting that clean down there. Important when you do this as well, if you look at the, so you can see it there, that's where the bottom drain comes in. Pull that, let all that water build up and stop it there. You won't have problems. If you look down the bottom there, you can see all that black muck. I like to give it a helping hand to spin round. The only negative of these EazyPods is it's got this lump here and it actually drains, leaving like a centimetre at the bottom. So it doesn't get all the sludge out at all, which is a bit of a bad design there. Other than that, it's pretty good. We'll leave that in there. Push that water around there. Also, these little lips down here, I'm spraying there, they leave a lot of silt in them. Get the hose pipe down in there. You can see all the muck coming out of it there. So you can see that on camera, but there's tons of it coming out, so it's worth doing. Turn that off. Now we've got to close that, open that one more time. There we go. We'll let that bubble for a few more minutes. I'll show you what it looks like after the second clean in a second. Okay, so that's been going for another 5 minutes. Give it one final drain out. So whilst that's draining, you will see it does lower the water level a fair bit. And the way we deal with that is we have, rather than straight from the hose pipe, we have this 150 litre or 200 litre water butt. Then, as you can see in there, nice and clean, and that's got air running to it normally. That gets rid of the chlorine. We also do treat it with Cockney Koi dechlorinator when it goes in there. That stays in there for whenever we do a water change, so there's plenty of time to get to temperature, etc., and mature. Right, so this is the last one. We're going to pull that out one more time to let that bottom drain air clean. Push that back on. We're going to turn the air off to that, turn it back on into the pond. Do that. Come up there, get that going. Whilst this is draining, one more go round with the hose pipe. Clear off any bits stuck to the sides. With the EazyPod, you're never going to get them perfect, so you just have to do the best you can. Get that circulating the water in one direction to go. So you can see it there. Go in there. Then a bit of a swirl around there. You can just see that's where all the algae builds up underneath the media. So it is worth giving the edges a spray. Get rid of as much detritus as you can. It's not going to make a huge difference, but as you know, better the quality, better your koi will grow. I'm not too worried about nitrates. Just clear what we can out of there. Then let it finish draining. That's the last few bits. We'll get the hose over there. Give that a final push towards the inlet. Might need to just free these little bits up. That's probably as good as we're going to get that now. What we do now, we close the drain to the waste. We open the bottom drain again. Open the pump. Leave this in here for a second. I like to leave it in there until the water settles, otherwise you get debris in there. Once the water comes up to that level there. There we go, that's about right. Pop that out. We can turn the UV back on, turn the pump back on. You can see over there, flow starting to happen. There we go, so that's the flow starting to work there. There we go in there. And what we do with this one, put the plug, there's a pump in there, pumps out of here and here. We'll connect the hose there as well to refill it. Put that in there, and that goes directly into here, fills that up. We'll raise the pond level back to where it needs to be. There we go, bit of a pain, but necessary. Doesn't take too long, and it's well worth it for your fish. Have a quick look at this waterfall quickly. So if you look at this waterfall, this plant here, small leaf stuff's called mind your own business. People use it for backy showers. You've probably seen it, overgrows. We're actually going to try and use that in the aquariums inside. When I went away, the solar pump broke, so my fern died, but that's not a problem. Got all these other plants, but you can see the mind your own business has started cascading down the wood, so hopefully that will cover all of this, get the waterfall to work again, and it'll look really good. We're going to use that a lot on future projects. We're going to try and grow it on the indoor pond, the fish tank in the front room. See, the water's a bit muggy at the moment, but you still see through the pond windows a lot better. See through that nicely. And that's doing its business. So there we go, guys. Just a quick update on everything that's going on. The importance of maintenance. As you can see, that's just 2 weeks, and the maintenance was a lot more than it would normally be weekly. It's not a problem. We deal with it. People that help us out, we can't expect them to do the maintenance as well, although I'd like to. So the onus is always on us. So thanks for watching. Keep watching for an update on the indoor pond, which is going to start soon, fingers crossed, money permitting. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care.